Good evening. This is Bot Dog 78 here to talk about some things. Uh, this is the second time I'm trying to record this video due to the fact that I couldn't find the list of things I wanted to talk about, and halfway through I just forgot what I was doing. And there was this massive 10-minute pause, and I didn't want to edit all that, so I was like, we're not gonna do that. So, welcome. Hope you guys are excited for Endwalker, because I know I am. I took some vacation for it, so 19th can't get here soon enough. But with expansions come change, so let's talk about it. Alright, first thing I want to talk about is mounts. So, the thing I like about Final Fantasy XIV is all the mounts you can acquire. Is what I really love is trying to collect them all. It's just what I do. I got the triple triad card mount that I'll put up a video of getting later. And I got all the extreme trial mounts. I'm working on the raid mounts. But it's also the thing that stops me from making alts, because if you make alts, you go into your alt, you no longer have access to your diamond dragon, your mecha dragon, all your stuff you worked for, all your beast tribe mounts. Granted, you can re-earn those, but still, it's just kind of and then on limited time things, you can't re-earn those on alts. So one thing that I would like to see happen is making mounts all account locked. If you choose them to be you can toggle it if you want it to be account locked or not. I don't know. I just think that it would make the game more alt friendly. I mean, people make alts for all kinds of reasons, but for me, I don't really have any or use any because I don't want to lose / not have access to everything I've worked for personally. That's just me though. I don't know. Personal opinion, I guess. Moving on. What's the next on my list? Oh yeah, speaking of mounts, let's talk about old PvP mounts. Bring that shit back. You know what I mean? Bring in wolf marks, bring it in I don't know, achievements maybe, but for PvP achievements, because I know they're kind of a flex, and that's why I'm talking old PvP mounts, slowly release them, maybe do something with the Moogle event where they're available again for a limited time or something like that. Because for people like me who are working diligently trying to get mounts, I can't get those mounts because they were for the season. It sucks. So I don't know. I just feel making them PvP achievements, at least the old ones, and slowly add them in, would increase the player base of PvP. I know I'd play it more. So, I don't know. It's just a thought, trying to put my own ideas out there, if you will. Moving on, next on the list. Alright, ability acquisition. So, another thing I would like to see in this game is like changing when we get our abilities, or like not taking them away in synced content. The reason for that is because like I think that if people get more comfortable with those higher level abilities, they will utilize those higher level abilities more often when they're in higher level content, and thus increase the skill floor naturally of everybody in the game. I don't know if that would actually be effective, or it might just confuse more people, which is also fair. But it would be nice to like give gap closers earlier. Just kind of get people used to like using them. And speaking of gap closers, I was talking with my friend the other night. He suggested a good idea, which I thought I would share. Uh, that maybe we should make them not do damage. So that way, you're not tempted to use them for extra potency and damage, and you can just use them for utilization in the fight. Yeah, chew on that one for a hot minute. I thought it was a good idea. That's why I was like, I'm going to tell people about that one and give you creds. He actually streams too, so I'll put his stream in the description of this. What else we got? What else we got next on the list? List. Oh, yeah. So, capes. Capes. I know we have some capes in the game right now, but there is some old footage, if you can find it, of the old Odin set that had a cape on it. So apparently, originally, the Odin set had a cape that would like flap in the wind and shit, and like do all kinds of animation when you were fighting. But the supposedly the reason was the PS3 like couldn't handle it. So like now that we don't support the PS3 anymore, you know what I'm saying? Let's give us some flappy capes. You know what I mean? That would be pretty cool if we can do it now. If that was truly the reason, then let's do it. Give us some epic capes in Endwalker. Yes, I think that would be pretty cool. Oh, back to PvP mounts real quick. Sorry to like go off rail with this, but maybe I heard a rumor that they might bring back the Garo event. Please, I missed out on those mounts. Bring that shit back. Let's go. I'll live in PvP if I have to. I'll get them mounts, I'll get that armor, or whatever I need to get. You feel? Anyway, back to the task at hand. The topic I wanted to discuss is gathering changes. So, like, I know that later on today, technically, they're gonna have a big old last drop of news before the expansion comes out. They said they're gonna talk about crafting and gathering. I'm curious, because if there's no more high quality, that makes perception useless. Either they're gonna just kill the stat, which would be the simplest way to do it, I think, or make the stat do something else, so it should be interesting. So there's that, and I wonder how that would affect things, and the old restoration. Ishka restoration. Wow. But who knows? Could not be an issue at all. We'll find out literally in like 10 hours, 9.5 hours from now. No, longer than that. Anyway, moving on to the fact that I can't do math. Let's talk about the big old elephant in the room. Hairstyles and hats. Oh yeah, you didn't think I was going to bring this topic up, but I'm bringing this topic up. Nothing would make me happier than them releasing like a new gameplay trailer. There's a bunch of bunnies and Vieira. Well, bunnies are Vieira. Vieira and Hrothgar just like rocking out all different kinds of hats and shit, like a fashion show. That would be cool. That is what I would want to like start off the show. Just because everybody wants hairstyles and hats for those races. Especially at the very least, like hairstyle variants for the ones that were paid for with real money, and like maybe the ones earned with MGP. You know, I don't know. Just like I feel like if you've like spent time grinding and actually spent real money on hairstyles, I feel like at least those ones should be accommodated. Personally, at least that's my personal opinion, but at the very least they have a variant for that. You know what I mean? Like an extra one just for that. Who knows? Who knows? Or, you know, they say, hey, you know, get ready because y'all gonna be wearing everything in Endwalker. That would be pretty cool too. Now, they said that, like, what we have so far is just because, you know, homies worked around the clock a little extra on their own time trying to get, you know, some things to work for those characters, some of the has to work. And which tells me that they must not be allowed to work on them on the clock, which means that's not really on the priority list, which I understand. You guys just trying to get this, wrap up your story, get it all done and shit, but like, there is a very sizable portion of the community that cannot wait for hats and hairstyles for those races. So, they want it, they love you for it, and they will love you for it when you give it to them, I promise that. What else we got? Glamour Dresser expansion. Yes. I heard a good idea from a podcast I was listening to called The Generic End Talkers. The joke is that it's Jen and Eric. They're like a podcast. They're like streamers who do a podcast. And they have this thing called Generic End Talkers. And they like bring people on and talk about like, you know, randomness, Final Fantasy 14 and non-Final Fantasy 14 stuff. And well, they had an idea like if you went to the glamour dresser and like instead of 15 plates for your character, maybe it was 15 plates per job. And I was like, that's a good idea. Like you just like, oh, I got all my plates filled up. Switch jobs, 15 new plates. What? That would be pretty cool. But also with all those extra plates, we're gonna need a lot of extra room. So hopefully we'll get a expansion in the dresser category. I think that's all I had written down. I want to thank you guys for hanging out and listening to me ramble on about some of my thoughts and wish list items for Endwalker. Uh, this will be released on the 5th of November at some point. So, again, thank you for coming by and listening to me go on. And have a wonderful night.